Nissan has given the X-Trail a nice refresh for this year, and while the changes are minimal, well, it looks really good. But more importantly, the Nissan X-Trail gains the Nissan Intelligent Mobility suite of safety features that make this SUV a safe bet. Yeah, that was a really bad pun. Here's a review of the Nissan X-Trail 2.5 all-wheel drive, which starts at 1,820,000 pesos. If you want to see my full review of this SUV, just visit goflatoutph.com. On the outside, the changes are minimal, but the overall effect of these small changes make the X-Trail one of the best-looking compact crossover SUVs out there. Two-tone 19-inch alloy wheels, an enlarged V-motion grille, revised front bumpers, and new LED taillights all help to make the X-Trail stand out even more, while this premium Corona Orange is well worth selecting for its striking paint finish. The Mazda CX-5 may still be the beauty queen, but the X-Trail is not too far off. It's one of the nicest looking compact crossover SUVs out there, and it's a definite head-turner. Nissan has also made some changes to the interior, making it feel more premium and upscale than before. The predominantly black interior looks classy, with just the right amount of bling here and there to keep the interior ambience subdued yet striking in appearance. There's plenty of soft touch materials all around, including a leather-stitched dashboard and side knee pads that bring an authentic feel to the cabin. The X-Trail is one of the bigger compact SUVs out there, which means there's plenty of room for the first and second rows. This is further highlighted by large expanses of glass, as well as the amazing panoramic sunroof, which floods the cabin with light. The second row seats slide fore and aft, while a rear aircon vent keeps occupants cool at the back. That spaciousness doesn't translate to the third row seats though. It's definitely a knees-up situation there, and it's best reserved for kids. Nevertheless, the X-Trail, along with the diesel Honda CR-V, are the only compact crossover SUVs with seating for 7 people. At least the third row seats fold flat under the floor. Combined with the 40-20-40 split folding second row seats, the overall load floor becomes very flat, and it's about as spacious as any compact crossover SUV could get. A neat feature is the hands-free powered liftgate, making it easy and very handy indeed to open the trunk when your hands are full. A simple wave of your foot under the trunk while the smart key is in your possession is enough for the tailgate to open by itself. So now, come and join me for a drive with the Nissan X-Trail. Now, the Nissan X-Trail is mainly a comfortable cruiser. It's not really, let's say, as sporty as the Mazda CX-5, but as a 7-seater compact crossover, or compact slash mid-size, since it's just a bit bigger than a CR-V and the CX-5, it does a job pretty well. You know, it rides nicely, it's very comfortable inside, though as you can see, the camera mount is not that firm right now, so it's shaking a bit. But it's actually a comfortable car to travel in. Though the 19-inch low-profile tires do somewhat let some smaller bumps in, but overall, the ride is supple and very nice. And though it's not as sporty as a Mazda CX-5, overall, it handles pretty well. This car has what Nissan calls chassis control. It's like their terminology for a torque vectoring feature that breaks the inner wheel when you enter a corner, such as this one, which we're gonna enter now. It does a pretty good job of making the car a bit more agile than other crossovers. Now, this is the more powerful version, the top of the line 2.5 all-wheel drive variant, and regardless of which engine or variant you choose, you're gonna have deal with a CVT. And as far as CVTs go, this X-Tronic CVT from Nissan is a pretty good CVT. Though it does drone the engine when you put your foot down. The engine doesn't sound coarse, so even if just a bit of that rubber band feel, it never becomes unrefined because this X-Trail has excellent NVH suppression. So noise, vibration, harshness are well suppressed, and even if you make the engine rev hard, doesn't become too much of a ruckus inside this car. Along with the CVT, the 2.5 liter engine does a good job of keeping the engine in the sweet spot. And as we're gonna merge now here in Slex, performs admirably. Doesn't make the car feel struggle. Well, of course, you have decent amount of power with this 2.5 liter engine. Even if it's got a relatively big 2.5 liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine, a petrol one at that, it's currently consuming 10.0 kilometers per liter, which is pretty good for a car this size. And for the most part, we're actually driving here in eco mode in situations like this where you only need a relaxing long distance cruiser. Eco mode is sufficient for most circumstances. And speaking of long distance cruising, these seats, the zero gravity seats, they're very, very comfortable. I've taken this from a trip to Clark, then the following day I returned back to Santa Rosa, and I never felt having a sore butt the entire trip. It's really that comfortable. Also, the Nissan X-Trail has a lot of safety features under the Nissan Intelligent Mobility umbrella term. So you have blind spot warning with your cross traffic alert. There are indicators on the side mirrors which flash if there's a car beside you. This also has forward collision braking or automatic emergency braking, which works well because compared to other systems in other cars in the Philippines, the system tends to be very, very sensitive. But in this Nissan X-Trail, the forward collision alert is calibrated well. Even if a motorbike cuts in front of your lane, it won't trigger the system, unlike in some other systems in other cars. So apart from the automatic emergency braking and the blind spot warning with your cross traffic alert, this car also has the Nissan Around View Monitor 360-degree camera system, which is useful when you're parking and when you're inching through a tight space at up to 10 kilometers per hour when going forward. Also, you can switch the view to the car's right side. The one criticism about the 360-degree camera though is that the infotainment screen is somewhat small. It's a 5-inch screen and it's not exactly a high-resolution one at that. So if you want to see what's around your car in detail, it's gonna be a bit challenging. Though as a whole, it's a useful feature to have. Though what I find surprising is that with all these safety features, with all this advanced safety tech that this car has, this only has 2 airbags. One for the driver, one for the passenger. That's it. Doesn't have a curtain airbag, doesn't have side airbags, nor a knee airbag. Though overall, for 1,820,000 pesos, this car is a pretty good value. The car really looks great. So drives well. It's also a very safe car. And now, if you want to see my full review of this car, of this 2018 Nissan X-Trail 2.5 all-wheel drive, just head on to goflatoutph.com.